Hey, welcome to Butcher Bay Rejects. I'm Mark.
I'm Greg. How you doing, nerds?
Oh, lots of stuff this week. Lots of stuff.
17 hours of TV. Damn near killed me, but I got it done. And, so we're going to kick it off with Miss Marvel episode 4, Seeing Red. Boy, was I ever. Yeah. Umbrella Academy. So we'll do episodes 2 to 10. Star Trek Strange New Worlds, episode 9. So this is the penultimate episode. It's only 10 episodes. So next week's the finale. All those who wander. Boys, also penultimate episode. It ends with 8 episodes. This is episode 7. Here Comes a Candle to Light You to Bed. Yep. And Stranger Things, volume 2 and 3. The last 2 episodes of this season, season 4.
Yeah.
And, let's kick it off with Miss Marvel. We finally got to see, who's been waiting for Red Dagger. I don't know why I said finally, but at any rate, Red Dagger, whoever that is, made his appearance. And, I don't know.
I think also, like, being unfamiliar with the character and having never read any of the source material, Red Dagger is a brand new thing for me, too. So it's like, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's...
We got Red Dagger.
Yeah.
Yay.
And because Miss Marvel's always cracking jokes, I'm calling this episode Joke and Dagger. Get it? Cloak and Dagger. Joke and Dagger. Anyway.
Nice.
Well, I don't know what's...
I mean, it was... I think this series is getting a little more... It's getting interesting in small increments.
Very small.
I mean, the action and all that through Karachi was kind of cool. You know, the fight scenes, the car chases and all that. Learning that there is more guidance for her and she is ultimately getting more comfortable with her powers. You could see her costume is actually starting to take shape.
Yeah, speaking of her powers, that Waleed guy, he thinks her genetics may explain why she can shape the newer on Earth 616, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But of course, before he can go on, that's when they're interrupted by the clandestines and chasing.
And we also learned that her mother has just as much problems with her mother, as she does with hers.
Yeah, that's
it seems to be a family trait.
Yeah, I think in every family too, right?
Yeah.
Daughters and mothers. Oh boy.
But I mean, like I said, it's moving along. We got how many more episodes of this?
I'm not sure, but I do believe hearing this will be the longest Marvel series. Of course, why not? All right, but I don't know exactly, but I heard it will be the longest one.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm kind of like gonna look at it as a whole, and I want to see where it's gonna lead into. I mean, this might be a slow burn for this character to get situated, but then where she ends up next might be a little bit more high speed, you know? So we'll see. We'll see. I mean I'm not...
and it ends with, the Najma stabs her bracelet, and then Miss Marvel, Kamala, is transported 75 years back into the past, at that Karachi train station, witnessing the partition. Yeah, so that's wasn't expecting that, but...
So I think this is going to give her some insight as to what, where, why, and how.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's all, a hero's journey is always about self-discovery, right? So it's...
Yes.
She got to figure out where she came from and how. And I mean, obviously she's got that type of a brain, right? She's got to know how everything works, how to, why is this the way it is? I don't understand, like it's, not to take a shot at Gen Zs, but, but she's got to know why, how, what does this do? Why am I doing this? So I'm still going to hold on and go, okay, well, we'll see like I said, there's little elements that I'm enjoying.
Yeah.
The fight scene, like I said, the fight scenes are getting good. The whole...
we have to hold on whether we like it or not, because next week we don't have Umbrella Academy. In 2 weeks we won't have Star Trek or The Boys. Won't have Umbrella. Won't have Stranger Things. So we'll be holding on to this show like grim death, which isn't far behind. Okay, so
we got Comic-Con coming up.
Yes,
we got
We'll do we'll do the terminal list on Amazon next week. Because of course Amazon, either they release one episode or they release all 8, like fucking idiots. But whatever.
I got up to 5.
Whatever. Let's cover a show you do like, Umbrella Academy. You'll have to help me off on the recap here because we're doing episodes 2 to 10. So you'll have to start it off because I don't know where you want to start or jump in.
Oh no! I mean,
can we just go once without them? Either the world's at risk, or they're destroying the world. Can we have just one season where this happens? I don't know. Are you getting end of world fatigue?
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, isn't that what 5 wanted? He just I just want to retire. I don't want the world to end. I don't want to, So it's like,
yeah,
okay. And then you have.
Well, okay. Let's start off. Let's see how you feel. I do have a question because I was so during I guess what the season. I guess while they were shooting, we all know Ellen changed to Elliot Page, right? So
yes,
I was expecting something a lot more than what they gave. To be honest with you, I wasn't expecting a one sentence and everyone was cool with it. Mathematically, one of those people should have not been cool with it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're
they
in any
for
family,
the most part they were cool. Yeah, for the most part they were cool. And then
no, they all were, but not. There should have been at least one that was like, or I just wanted.
Well, Luther was very surprised.
Yes, but they all Victor right away. Nobody tripped up on the name. I mean, and it was like a one quick flashback, which didn't explain anything about her transition. I don't know. I was just expecting okay, let's see how they're gonna. Write their way out of this one, and it was like,
well, you know what? I don't think that they wanted to
draw too much light on it,
much attention to it. Yeah, I think they just wanted to. I think her also. I don't think she wanted, or him, mm-hmm. whatever. Mm-hmm. Didn't want to draw too much attention to it. I think they just wanted it to happen, and that was that.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the reasons why I think they wanted it. I guess they wanted to show acceptance. I think that was the
I
think that was the message.
Because this has never happened before in the history of television, so I was expecting more than a sentence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but whatever, they did it. I don't know why I was expecting more.
Well, that's just it. You kind of want to know, I mean, the regular questions, right?
Yeah.
When? How? Why?
Yeah. What are you getting done?
What happened?
Okay.
When did you start feeling this way? I mean,
was it when Dad locked you in the basement?
Yeah, exactly. There obviously there should be some curiosity going on.
Yeah.
But I think with today's day and age, where everything is so about acceptance, right? That they just wanted to. She says it, they accept it, move on. On with the story.
Okay.
And now it's Victor again. Vanya was, Victor's now. Away we go.
And away we went. This series. So basically, we find out the father had built that Hotel Obsidian around a portal.
Yep.
So he really is an alien, right? Because
he is an alien.
Okay. That was discovered in the last season, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He found where that portal was, and he found the thing. Okay, we're gonna build here. No, it has to be this. I can't follow your plans.
Yeah.
But I love how they shot for shot made it the Sparrow Academy intro the same as the Umbrella Academy intro.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't know if you noticed in episode 4, I think it started with, the famous song by the Animals, House of the Rising Sun. I don't know if you caught who, at the end of that episode, who was, there was a cover version, if you knew who was singing the cover. Because you know how I watch everything in closed caption? That was actually Jeremy Renner.
Oh, really?
Yes. I mean, I knew he sang a little, but I never thought a show would buy his song.
He did House of the Rising Sun?
Yeah.
Wow.
They actually bought, and there's a whole article there on why they wanted to chose it. They listened to a lot of versions, they said, but he goes, his was the best,
Well, hey, it worked.
Their little Avengers Easter egg.
Yeah. How did you like, Dad Time with Klaus?
Yeah, well, yeah, because I was always confused what exactly Klaus's powers were. I know he can talk to the dead, but that doesn't really help in a fight, right? I mean, so now we find out he's kind of immortal, I guess you would say.
Well, he has to practice being killed.
Well, answer me this, because we're going to jump and zigzag. I understand why he threw himself on the horn of the, mounted buffalo, whatever, right before he was about to die anyway. Like, he was seconds from dying, so I don't understand what was the reasoning behind dying before he was obliterated, which then he was obliterated, so I didn't get that.
Well, I think with him dying before he was obliterated would allow him to come back on the other side.
Oh, okay.
And have him a little bit more control on the other side.
Okay.
Like, we don't know what the obliteration on that side of the wall was going to do, right? Whether it was going to be complete, or does he just go to the other plane, hang out with Luther, have a few beers and some pizza, or if that was it and he was gone. So I think he did that more as a cautionary act to ensure that he got to where he needed to go. And I think it was pretty symbolic too, right?
Okay. Yeah. And we find out he has the power to briefly resurrect someone, I guess in human form, because how else was he able to hold his wife one last time,
Yeah, well, he brought Luther back.
Yeah. Which
it was Klaus that brought Luther back.
Yeah, which, in the end they all came back anyway, except certain ones were missing.
Yeah.
Whew, how beautiful is his wife. Yikes, Genesis Rodriguez. Wow.
Nobody messes with my wife.
Yeah, I did like the whole, we finally got to see the pairing we never got before, where, what's I Heard a Rumor's name? I heard a rumor you wanted me. I actually liked her turn, as a villain.
Allison. She's Allison in the
yes,
show.
That's right. Yeah, I actually like that, because she's always the goody-goody, and, let's follow the rules, and I liked actually how dark that basically.
Well, she went dark, especially after killing Harlan.
Yeah. Because it turns out Vanya is responsible for killing the mothers, correct? All the mothers, is that right? Did I follow that
To a
right?
certain degree, it was her fault, because she gave Harlan the power when she saved his life in last season.
Yeah.
And he was not able to control it. So then when, on the day that his mother died was when he felt all the other mothers, because he could feel where the powers come from, right? Mm-hmm. He felt all that, and then he just lashed out. So, thus killing all of their parents, making them the paradox in the new world. So it was.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting twist on how everything went, right? Because it's the Umbrella's Academy's contact with Hargrave in the 50s that spawned him to create the Sparrow Academy instead of the Umbrella Academy, thinking that the Umbrella Academy were way too
it's after
inept.
Yeah, after they contacted him, he realized, I'm not gonna do that and make that mistake. So he
exactly. So then he got a whole group of new ones. But then he got a whole new group of new ones because the ones that he originally were going to take never came to be. So I found that to be an interesting twist, where they prevented their own births.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, that whole I like that whole grandfather paradox explanation they gave, where the guy goes back too far, kills his grandfather, but then realizes his mom hadn't been born yet, so can't give birth to him, blah blah blah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like, everything's going crazy.
Yeah, and they finally got 5 out of his jorts, or whatever those things are called, culottes. I don't know. I'm sure they wrote that into the contract.
Oh, probably.
At one point, I'm going to need a full suit. Okay.
Well, he stated it in the show. It's like,
this
is a nice suit. I like this.
How do I know? Because a one-arm 100-year-old me with a tattoo on his chest. Okay. That was a funny scene where he meets his future self.
but it leads him to finding Pogo and
Pogo's the
biker tattooist.
Yeah, Jesus. Didn't think that was kind of a whole Matrix scene with him, right? To kind of remind you of that training scene with Neo.
No, it was just very, very. I love how they twisted and turned everything, but still looped it all the way back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it turns out, we're in for more of the same, because it kind of ended they don't have their powers anymore, right? And Luther, he's not hairy, he's slim, but nobody kept their powers, so should be interesting.
I think so. I these shows always impress, right? They always impress. But from dance numbers to fight scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd love that. Footloose montage there in the first episode. That was so good.
But I mean, everything about it was it just works. The writers, the actors, everybody pulled everything together. And everything worked well. Even like the relationship between Diego and what's her name there,
Lila.
Like when Diego in the first season, you never would have thought, okay, this guy's,
a father figure,
wants to be a dad.
Yeah, well, after Lila pulled the old bait and switch on him there, saying it was his son, but it wasn't, which they never really found him, right, at the end?
No. Like she ends up in a girl band in Germany.
Yeah, with the Berlin Wall coming down in '89, and she left with the bass player. Oh, she does that a lot.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the beauty of these shows, is that there's so much to enjoy with each episode, right? So, the whole Luther and Sloane falling in love, that was like just pure 1950s cliche. Was it cliche? I mean, he was pretty befuddled.
Yeah.
It's like trying to be the nice guy boyfriend. Well, let's not judge her too harshly. And it's like, okay, Luther, come on. You're supposed to be bashing people with those big ape arms.
Yeah,
stop being such a goody-goody.
You're the number one, right?
Yeah, and then you see him in the Sparrow Academy jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be number one.
Oh man. Well, I guess we have to wait till next year, right? For season.
Yeah.
Wait, was this 3 or 4? I'm getting confused. This was 3. We're getting 4.
This was 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And what did you think of the wedding?
Yeah. Well, actually, I kind of liked it. They seemed content about. Well, what I didn't get was this whole like, gotta do this, well, you're gonna die. The whole thing was technically you're about to die anyway. Like, why do you have to do that? Or is it gonna matter? At one point I was getting a little fed up, like, because I thought it was really gonna end that way. They weren't gonna come together and follow their dastardly father's plan. To go in and fight those whatever they were called.
Samurai
Omega Knights from Fortnite.
Yeah. No, well, anyway, see what happens next season.
Thumbs up. All right.
Thumbs up, definitely.
Let's get into Star Trek. So this episode, wow, I loved for 2 reasons. One, it was totally like Aliens, the sequel to Alien, and a bit of Predator mixed in.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say with a dash of Predator.
Does it not deliver a gut punch in the end? But let's get to the end, because I want to shout out Bruce Horak, who plays Hemmer. Now, I don't know if you know, he's a Canadian actor. He is legally blind. He's the first legally blind actor in the Star Trek franchise. So I was, 2 gut punches in a row, and I'm like, he was like one of the most interesting characters. So that really got me, because, could have done so much with with him. But anyway, shout out to Bruce Horak. Awesome job.
Yeah.
And if we get into this episode, we had the Gorn resurface, kind of alien-like, planting their babies into alien creatures.
We got like a good look at the lizard looking like...
yeah, it's the first time we've seen a Gorn not full-sized like we did in the original series. And...
But the Gorn in the original series was humanoid, right? This was very, very.
No, it wasn't humanoid. No, he was very lizard. But by humanoid you mean he had 2 eyes and hands, but not 5 fingers. But maybe I'm sure they have to develop into it because this takes place right before Kirk, meets the
Yeah, well,
there's not room for them to evolve yet. So
yeah, well, what Singh was saying is that they evolve quickly. They're highly intelligent within hours.
Oh yeah, that's true. To get.
And how much did you love the aliens punch through the chest?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is totally right down to the little girl, because I know you didn't see the sequel. That's Newt. That's Newt that they just ripped off and took Newt, and same thing. And she knew what was coming. Like she saw the guy sweating, that alien, and she went to the other room. Is like, okay, I'm getting out of here. I'll let you guys figure it out. But I liked it except for the end there. What else? So
Spock channeling his rage.
Oh yeah, boy, I think that just turned on Nurse Chapel even more when you did that. You can just see her like wringing out her panties there in sickbay.
And he punches through a wall. It's like
a metal wall, right? What else? Yeah, we see Cadet Uhura still struggling. So I'm sure we're gonna have a moment, hopefully this season, where she decides to really stay because...
well, I think she did at the end.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, well, she came onto the bridge and she just stared at the communications console and just smiled.
Oh, okay.
So I think she made her decision as to where she needs to be.
Yeah, because her watching Hemmer through the glass was kind of like Kirk and Spock, right? When he was about to die. It was very reminiscent of that. Still hard to watch that scene. Okay.
Oh yeah, they're pulling out all the feels, right? They're just pulling out all the feels.
Yeah. But great episode, I thought. Better than our little foray into medieval theater there last week, or whatever. Call it the bottle episode. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they did have fun on that show, because I follow a lot of these guys on Instagram, and they show a lot of behind the scenes. So the actors had a hell of a time on that episode.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Boy,
I'm very sure they did.
What else? I think that's about it that happened. We got 1 episode left in the season, so we'll see how they're going to end this thing.
Yep.
The boys. Wow. I'll try not jump to the end, because I did not see that one coming. So let's just get into. Normally Soldier Boy has the good lines, but the legend, Paul Reiser had a pretty good one. When they show Soldier Boy singing that reggae song. Soldier Boy did to singing what Pantyhose did to finger fucking. I spit out my apple juice when I, because his version of that Blondie song was so much better. This one was nails on a chalkboard. That song he was singing.
Well, yeah.
Oh boy. And then what Soldier Boy had a line like, "I'm gonna slap you like I'm Connery." Now I don't think your millennials are gonna get that reference, because Sean Connery famously slapped the hell out of women and whoever he wanted back at those early Bond movies. So of course Soldier Boy's still stuck in the past, right? Of course I did not need to see his threesome with the 2 elderly cleaning ladies. I don't even want to repeat what he said, something about fine wine, and oh god.
No, it's just what got me was, you bring the lube, I can't go in here raw dog.
Yeah. Something about that being drier than a witch's cooch. I don't know. I'm making that up, but I don't know. I guess in his eyes, they're the age he was before he got. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was with you up until that point, Soldier Boy. I don't know where you went there, but you lost me on that one. But okay. So we find out the 24-hour V that they're taking leads to death, right? So
right.
Cherie gets her powers back, which I thought was strange because she was so happy to lose them. But I guess she wants to protect Frenchie, protect her family. They need a strong guy.
Originally she thought that it was her powers that made her the killer, right?
Yeah.
But in the last episode, when she was protecting Frenchie, she realized it was her all along.
Yeah.
So, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to protect the people I love, I might as well be superpowered to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we get Butcher there. He opened his eyes with Mindstorm and then took him on a roller coaster there back. So we actually see how he grew up and the father who was, I believe, in season 2, flashback. And
played by James Noble.
Yeah. We see how he, how he left to go to the army, whatever, left, was it Lenny? Lenny, his brother? Yeah, Lenny. And Lenny winds up killing himself because he can't take the abuse anymore because Butcher left him, and he's got to carry that pain around for the rest of his life.
Right.
So, can we just talk about the end? So, did you see that coming?
the father-son talk?
Yeah. Oh boy, those two. I mean, oh my God, this is not going at all how I thought this was going to end. I mean, those two in charge. Yikes! Everyone better try and get some compound V, but was it the blue one that gives you permanent?
Yeah.
Because holy Christ.
But you have to be genetically set for it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. But man.
How'd you like Noir's little?
Well, it was confirmed. Like he was running and hiding. I wasn't totally sold on it. I thought, but no, oh my God, what was those cartoons talking about? I mean, Buster Beaver, was that the franchise?
I think so.
Supposed to be Dave and Buster's, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh God, what about A-Train? Holy Christ. Turns out he has the heart of they did a heart transplant with the racist.
Blue Hawk.
Yeah. And she's like spinning the story for him already, like Colby Minifie. Oh, man, so much going on in this episode. Jesus.
Well, you know what? When they're going to shorten the timeline, they have to pack it all in, right? They can't do a slow burn on any of it.
Yeah, and we realize, we finally see Maeve. She's being held in captivity by Homelander, but I thought because of the you saw the warning. Well, now they're putting warnings before every episode, but there was one about suicide, and I thought, okay, this is the one where Maeve commits suicide, but we find out why Homelander's keeping her alive. He wants to harvest her eggs or something.
Harvest her eggs.
Yeah, yikes! That's
make a new batch.
So then I thought she was just gonna bang her head on the bench or something. I thought, okay, she can't. I thought she was gonna kill herself before he could do that. But anyway, one episode to go.
Yeah, but you know what? They could probably. Vought's probably got the technology to keep her alive long enough for her to produce.
Yeah.
Eggs and then harvest and then get rid of the body or keep it alive until they get a viable child.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that they're fucking around with genetics, so. But all sorts of craziness, and it just keeps getting better.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be a. And the whole part about Black Sheep wanting. He was gonna get Beverly Hills Cop, bring up producer Don Simpson on top of that. And the Soldier Boy says he wasn't funny enough, and tells him, "You're not a movie star. You're not shit."
Oh yeah, well that was super harsh coming from Eagle.
Jesus. But anyway, I'm looking forward to that finale next week.
Yep.
All
yeah,
right.
that's definitely going to be a holy shit.
Let's jump into the last 2 episodes of Stranger Things.
Eddie Munson.
Yeah, but he shredded before he went, did he not?
That is my absolute favorite.
Obey your masters. Yeah.
And then he pulls the when the bats are attacking him, and he puts the shield up, and it's exactly like all, what was it? I'm trying to remember which movies I've seen that in. There was a part in 300 where Leonidas has his shield up, and like the bombs are hitting his shield, and he just keeps going, or Thor holding back Surtur's thing, and he's just kind of like all of it's flying, and he's just holding his own. It's like he had his superhero moment right there.
Yeah, when he said we're not heroes, I kind of figured that was going to happen.
Yeah, no, I absolutely loved these. I got up in the morning and just breakfast, and it's like right up through lunch, I was like didn't move.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, it was 4.5 hours. Right?
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I literally watched 17 hours because it took me all 7 days to go through Umbrella Academy. Basically, I watched 17 hours roughly of TV this week. It's like one after the other. So we finally see Hop reunite with Mom there. But you think, was that CGI? Did he really lose all that weight?
No, he lost all that weight.
Bravo, because this guy fluctuates so much. When he did Hellboy, and then go back
They're
down.
all actors. They all do that. He had to fatten up for his Marvel role. That's the Crimson Commando.
Yeah, and Hellboy too.
No, Hellboy too. He muscled up.
Yeah.
He plumped up for Marvel. He's one of the only actors that actually plumped up for Marvel.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to eat. Got it. Okay. Send you a trainer. Oh, need one.
But no, he got perfect shape for that, and just he looked like he'd been in prison for a year, right?
Yeah, as he should have. Yeah.
But. I'm trying to figure out whether Papa was a real prick, or was he really just trying to help her reach her potential?
Well, I didn't like Vecna's line to her at the end when he says, "Yes, he hurt me, Papa, and all of that, but he didn't make me a monster. You did." No, that's not true. You ordered 66, all those other numbers before Al even did anything to you. So no, I wasn't buying that. No, you were already a monster before that.
Yeah, she just puts you in your place.
Yeah, exactly. And man, I wasn't expecting that ending for next season. Like, what, already? Okay.
You saw he was behind the Mind Flayer. You saw he was behind.
Yeah, I figured they
all
had to
of
tie it in somehow, because where was he, right? It turns out Will consent him, right? Will's gay, right?
I'm pretty sure that's the direction they're going. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And he's in love.
He's
with,
obviously
what's his
in
name?
love with
Elle's boyfriend.
His best friend.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But it was him saying, telling Will, he's like, we're telling, what's his name? Mike.
Mike. Oh yeah, that's right, Mike.
That he was the heart.
Yeah.
So he was like the inspiration. So, everybody has their things, I think everybody kind of found their place in this season, right?
Yep.
With Eddie Munson telling Dustin, don't ever change.
Yeah. Look after the sheep there.
Look after these guys. Yeah, look after the guys. You're a leader. And he showed a lot of leadership in this, being the smart one, figuring out how everything works, right?
Yeah.
So, no, I think, just like everything else, every aspect of this was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
well, even 11, did you find the similarity between 11's piggyback idea, since she couldn't physically travel, kind of like what Wanda did and Doctor Strange too? Felt it was
somewhat,
very similar.
Yeah. I love how they commandeered the surf pizza.
Yeah, well, I knew that was coming when he's passing on the road. Yeah. My dudes, we're not here for your tasty pies.
Yeah, he still makes one.
Yeah. Pineapple.
Yeah. But
Surfer Boys Nevada franchise. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He says, "Look out, Domino's." Okay. Anyway. Okay.
I'm now. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if one pops up now.
Oh, you think? Oh, yeah, as a pop up though, right?
As a pop up, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're
going to sell. And
they probably should have did that when they did the premiere, or whatever. They probably should have did that.
And they're going to sell the
visor?
sensory deprivation glasses.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you meant the Surfer Boy visors. I thought that you were going to sell.
Well, they probably would that too, but I'm just saying, like her glasses to keep all the light out. I mean, I could see them doing that where you could see through it, and pizza right across the lens.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's already someone's Halloween costume by now. Okay.
Oh, for sure. But no, I mean, everything about it was just, you gotta love it, right? Yeah. And like I was saying, Eddie Munson shredding it to Metallica's Master of Puppets.
Yeah.
I think I've watched that scene over and over, like at least 10 times.
Really?
Oh yeah, I love that scene. I just love that scene. It's just like, Chrissy, this is for you. And you just see Dustin just shaking his head.
It was very Mad Max Fury Road too there with that guitar player just raging.
Yeah. Like I'm watching all the visual effects and everything, and I'm like, oh, this would have been fun to shoot and put together. And he's playing it all out. But the thing is like, when you're watching him play, like a few times he's shaking his head and he's like rocking it out, but then there's a few times where he's looking and he's really looking like he's concentrating because he doesn't want to fuck this up, and because everybody's depending on him, kind of thing. So
yeah, and then we see Sam's bones there start to break, but Elle brings her back, but she's in a coma, and
it makes me wonder, like, is because I mean, technically she died,
yes,
and everything split. Now he has the, I guess, say souls of those that he's captured.
Yeah, he's definitely in there. It's part of him anyway, I would say, sure.
Yeah, so I'm wondering. Well, like I said, he absorbs everybody, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking, next season, they have to completely destroy him in order to set Max free.
Yeah, I just want one scene. Please, Duffer Brothers, if you're listening, okay, just one scene of like Elle next season, since this will be the last season, that her nose doesn't bleed. Like she's that strong now, and everyone's like, "Hey, Elle, your nose isn't bleeding." Like that would be awesome. Yeah. Like that's all I want. That's all I want.
I kind of enjoyed watching the Satanic Panic Boys get ripped in half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he shows up and it's just like. And what's fun, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm trying to think of what could he show him to make him show him that it's all true, and it's like there's nothing there. Yeah. Like he thinks they're making Max float, and her eyes are in the back of her head, and it's their fault. Like there's nothing there to show Henry. And it's him doing it. Yeah,
well, it wouldn't be an 80s show without the blonde douchebag athlete, right? So, you gotta have one of those guys in there.
Yeah, that's on brand right there.
Yeah, oh yeah, the Letterman jacket and everything.
Yeah, with the flipped up collar on the polo shirt.
Yeah. They got that part down perfectly. So
holding a .357 Magnum.
Yeah. And as for Steve, and I guess I actually thought she would go back with Steve, but I guess not.
It was kind of like nice to see her and what the heck.
I don't remember their name either.
John?
Nancy.
No.
Nancy
and Will's brother.
Yeah, not Robin, is it? No.
No. I think was it John? No.
God damn it.
Unless she still has feelings for Steve, but
yeah, because she kind of defended him. Like when he made the joke about Steve being immature. I think she's like, oh, he's not all that bad.
It was also Munson telling Steve, like, she went into hell for you, dude. There's something there.
Yeah.
Eddie Munson, you went too fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
You went too fast. You died young with a good-looking corpse.
That's right. Full head of hair. Okay.
Full head of hair.
God bless.
Yeah. I think he was the surprise character of the series, of the season.
Yeah, I liked him immediately, and acting-wise, he was doing a great job. English actor too, not American.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like when they're trying to snap Nancy out of the trance, and they're running through the thing. Is like, you got any music? Where's the music?
Oh yeah, Madonna.
And he holds the Iron Maiden. This is music.
Yeah. Got any Madonna or Debbie Gibson? What? Okay. Like, I don't even know Nancy listens to that, like.
Oh, exactly. Like you figure, okay, 80s. She's listening to the way she's dressed. Okay, the Bangles, the Go-Go's. The Springsteen, that sort of shit. He's like Iron Maiden.
Well, we still got
some music.
Yeah, we still got some Kate Bush this episode too. I mean, I guess
apparently she's broken 3 world records.
Yeah. And all she cares about, she says, my son finally thinks I'm cool. Imagine that.
Now that's a mom.
Your mom was an 80s icon, and you only think she's cool now because her song was used in Stranger Things.
Bang. But no, I mean, and I'm like totally geared up for next season. Like, it's like,
well, let's hope we don't have to wait 2 years like we did this time. Right?
No, let's hope not. I mean, just that final pan, right? With Elle a little bit in the foreground, and then you got everybody else kind of paired off behind her.
And that slope of the field of flowers, half the flowers are dead, and and I'm like, oh, Jesus. And they look at the skyline, and we're like, holy crap. The four-way San Andreas fault they got going there in Hawkins.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was funny with when the boys and Elle make their way back to Hawkins, and everybody's getting out, and they're coming in. It's like, just like Independence Day, everybody's trying to get out. They're trying to get in.
Let's hope they can stay together the next season, because they're often split. I like them when they're all together.
Well, I mean, the battleground is in Hawkins, right? So
well, it should start just like that, right? I mean, it shouldn't be, I'm going to California, I'm going here. No, you're all staying put.
Well, I mean, they all split up before just because they needed to get away from everything, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm hoping like Paul Reiser's character comes back and is.
I don't think I know Papa's shot, but I don't think he's dead. He wasn't declared dead. I got a feeling he's going to turn up.
Well, come on, he took like a.
I know, but where have we seen that before? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would not be surprised if they got him back down there, and whatever. I would not surprise me.
Well, I'm guessing like the Paul Reiser's going to show up with that military guy who's been trying to hunt Elle.
Well, yeah, no,
they're going to show up, and it's going to be like, okay, nah, shit's real. We got to deal with this.
Yeah, she's got to go into hiding again.
Yeah. What about the guy with the helicopter? What's his name?
Well, you mean the helicopter called Katinka?
Katinka, yeah. I make everything great for you.
The peanut butter smuggler. Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Yuri.
Yuri, that's right. Yeah, I think it's Yuri.
Yeah. But, you were a great man. What happened to him?
Yeah, all in all, very good shows. Very good shows.
Yeah.
And next week, all I got, you probably already know, we're getting the Clerks 3 trailer. It'll be dropping on Wednesday. Well, this week, sorry. So looking forward to that.
Yeah,
other than that, I don't have anything else. Not much happened in the news for me. I don't know about what you got, but I do not have anything.
No, just the Clerks 3. Like I said, we got Comic-Con coming up next weekend, which is going to be fun. Go around taking pictures and doing some video. May put some video up for you guys. But, yeah, that's, so far that is the news. All that's chalked up to be.
Fit to print.
Yeah, because the only news I see online these days is just pages like Comic Book Resources and CBR and all those guys, and they're just trying to take little bits and make them into big stories.
Well, yeah. Have you noticed everyone's listening to podcasts now and then making an article from that podcast? Have you noticed that?
Oh yeah.
That's all they're doing now for journalism is listening.
Well,
to podcasts.
I saw one they were talking about Elizabeth Olsen. Elizabeth Olsen didn't even watch Doctor Strange because apparently the copy that they sent her had a watermark on it.
Well, I'm sure she could have got it elsewhere if she wanted to.
Yeah, but she didn't watch it previously because she didn't want to. She says they couldn't trust me with a regular copy.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Well, she's already done movies with Doctor Strange before, so Infinity War, Endgame.
Yeah, so I mean, like they were, but they she was like, no, I'm not gonna watch this. I want to watch it. I want to watch like the full thing, and like 4 or 5 of these pages just ran with it, going, Elizabeth Olsen's pissed that she gets a watermark copy. It's like these news outlets.
Yep, very slow news day. Okay.
Yeah, but they do this all the time. They take a snippet and like blow it out of proportion.
Yeah. Clickbait journalism.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think there's one guy, Paul Tassi for Variety. He does that a lot. I just happen to notice him on my feeds a lot, and I'm like, Jesus, dude, actually do some research. How'd you get hired for Variety?
Yeah, they're supposed to be the top tier there.
Yeah, no kidding, right? I mean, you can't get a couple of fanboys out to bring you up to speed. I don't know. You know what I mean? Anyway. Not going to get into that tirade because that's a whole different rant.
You want to bring us home with that smooth, velvety baritone voice of yours?
All right, gang. You can find us on social media. You can search Butcher Bay Rejects on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter at Bay Rejects, on Facebook at Butcher Bay Rejects, as well as on TikTok at Butcher Bay Rejects, as well as our website, butcherbayrejects.com. And also you can find this podcast on all the major podcast platforms: Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Alexa TuneIn, and Amazon Music. This has been Butcher Bay Rejects. I am Mark.
I'm Greg. See you next week, nerds.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.